everybody, welcome back to another Liquid Chrome Nails video. Today I am doing a tag video. I was nominated, I suppose. I was tagged in a video by Zena from Zena Does Nails. I will link her in the description box. I'll link her channel. So it's a series of questions that different nail techs are answering. So far, I believe Talia from Talia's Nail Tales and Sarah's Nail Secrets. Sarah, I believe that they started this with the questions. I've also seen Robin Schwartz did this as well. I'll try to link her video if I can, or her channel. I think it's really cool to get other people's opinions on what's up in the nail world right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but I do want to say who I want to tag. So I would really like to see Jamie Hudson from The Beauty Expert. Jamie, I would love to see you do this tag video. I would love to see, kind of reach in here, but I would love to see Tabitha Scott do this video. If you haven't watched any of Tabitha's videos, you really should search her out. She has crazy cool kind of watch me work videos. She does a few reviews as well, but her watch me work stuff she does a great job at it. I would also like to see Leslie and Lexy from Light Elegance. I would love to see them do this as well. I think that would be really cool. I really would say Selena Ryden because she is absolutely amazing. Selena, you're amazing. But she's pretty well answered all of these questions at some point in her get to know me kind of videos. So that's really neat. If you haven't watched her, please do. She is so funny. She is amazing and she does beautiful work. So without further ado, how long have you been in the nail industry and what inspired you to be a part of it? I graduated from aesthetics school in 2002 when I was 4 years old. Trying not to give away my age. What inspired me to be a part of it? I thought I wanted to be a full esthetician, and I did do that for a while, but something when I was in school made me think that acrylic nails were more difficult, that they were harder to learn, harder to master. I don't know who I got that idea from, but I did get that idea. And from that point forward, I wanted to master it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do something that was a challenge. So I grabbed some acrylic and went to town with the joke. And now here I am. Have you ever wanted to give up? And what made you change your mind? Any advice to those who struggle? My first advice would be to those who struggle, just keep going. Just keep going. If you have downtime, which you're going to, the first few years are kind of hell if you're not busy. Practice. You can't practice enough. You can't learn too much. You have YouTube now. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have the internet, I don't believe. I didn't have any of those resources. Use them. You have them now. Watch videos. I mean, watch the proper videos, you know, watch people that you trust, but look stuff up, figure stuff out, further your education. Even if you don't get a certificate for something, put your time into yourself and your salon. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Practice your nail art. Just practice. Just be there and be ready for walk-ins. You can't just leave at 1 in the afternoon if you don't have anything. I hate to say that, but you got to stick around. You got to do your time, so they say. And wait for people to come, and word of mouth will make you busy. It will, I promise. Have I ever wanted to give up? Absolutely, I've wanted to give up. I've wanted to give up a few different times. I probably will still want to give up at some point. What made me change my mind? I like a challenge. So I would get down about it, and I would think that now was probably my time to be done. And then I would decide that, nope, I'm going to make this happen. And you kind of refine your passion and carry on. Question number 3. What part of doing nails has been the biggest struggle to master for you? And what has been your strongest point? I tried to make some talking notes for these. They're hard to make. These are hard questions to answer. I actually filmed this twice and deleted it because I felt I was rambling. I'm probably still going to ramble. The biggest struggle to master for me, well, I think everyone else has said it, but I'm going to say it as well. That damn striping tape. This stuff is awful. It looks amazing, but it's awful. My biggest struggle to master was shaping. It would definitely be shaping. It's come a long ways, but I do think you're never perfect. It's an art. It's creative, so it's never perfect. But I have come a long way in that manner. What's been my strongest point? The first couple of years of doing nails, you have people come back with a lot of lifting, and I didn't like filing lifts. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I hated filing more on the natural nail than what I needed to. I hated it. So my first struggle was to figure out how to eliminate lifting. And on 95% of my clientele, I have eliminated lifting. That was my goal, and I made it there. Okay, number 4. Who is your biggest inspiration in the nail industry, and how or why do they inspire you? I think inspirations change right now because you find different people online, you find different people that are doing really great things. My inspirations, I mentioned Talia and Sarah, I mentioned Selena. Those guys have inspired me to do better things. Doug Schoon has inspired me to fill myself with more education, to get more proper information. Doug's done that for me. One of the initial people that I met in the industry that inspired me was Michelle Sprout. Love her. She was a huge inspiration to me. As far as YouTube goes, Sarah and Talia and Selena, Tabitha Scott, the same kind of people I've been listing are my inspirations. Your least favorite color to use or piece of art, striping tape, and your favorite. Okay, my least favorite color to use, anything the shadows. Anything that you can put 3 or 4 coats on and it still has that shadow in it. So any kind of matte color, and I don't mean matte like matte top coat, but not shiny, not sparkly, flat color. That would probably be the ones that I dislike the most. My favorite things to do are Pinterest nail art, and I know some of you probably roll your eyes about that, but I really like when a client brings in something out of the blue, totally out of the blue, and they say, I want that. I really like that because that is a really big challenge for me. So I can sit down with the client and I can say, okay, listen, I can't do that nail, or I can do that nail, but we can't do it that way. We can do it this way instead. We might have to tweak a few things, but it's a challenge. I love a challenge. That's what keeps me going. Sitting at this desk is my clients that I know are going to come in and they're going to slide me some sort of ridiculous picture, and I'm going to try to make it happen. Doesn't always work, but I try to make it happen. How has social media helped you all these years? It's so hard to say the impact that social media has. I think it's amazing. I think there is so much information out there for us right now. But I also think there is so much bad information and misinformation out there for us right now. We have to be really careful where we get our information from. But I think if you do it properly, there is just this amazing amount of information. There wasn't any Facebook when I started. There wasn't any, and I say Facebook just because that seems to be our kind of go-to on advertising, getting clientele, advertising what you have for retail, what you offer for services, your prices, your phone number, all of that stuff. That wasn't available. In the good old days, we just used word of mouth. But social media now helps leaps and bounds, and I do think for some people it hinders. You just kind of have to build your own filters and trust your instincts when you're getting information. Okay, number 7. What is the one nail skill that you see others do that you can't master yourself? Flowers, 100% all the way, and faces. Hand painting. Not hand painting in general, just flowers and faces. I love to shade, I love to shadow, I love to line work. But yeah, flowers, beautiful. They always look so fake, and I want my hand drawing to look very real, and I just can't get it there. So if you have any suggestions for me, pop that down in the comments. I can use some flower help, ones like these. Roses, I can't even do those little roses. Number 8, starting today, if money and education weren't an issue, if you had to stop doing nails, what would you do instead? I struggled with that question. I would probably be a dermatologist, or I would be the girl version of Doug Schoon. That is what I would be. I would be a chemist, I would be a scientist, or I would be a dermatologist. What do you think the next nail art trend would be? I had to think hard on that too, because textures seem to be coming into play right now. But I think a simple, classic, elegant nail will be what we see a lot of next. Kind of the, I don't know what else it's called, but kind of the Russian nail art look with the really sleek, beautiful lines. I really think that classic elegant is going to be the next thing around the corner. Okay, number 10. What are some of the nail goals you've set for yourself this year? Flowers again, one-stroke flowers. I really want to learn how to do the one-stroke flowers and do them well. I've tried them a little bit recently, and well isn't how I would describe how I'm doing those. Also YouTube, I have a lot of YouTube goals for this next year or so, and I really, really would like to meet those. Bonus question. Why do you think nails are the bottom of the barrel? Everyone is willing to pay $100 for lashes, but they will gasp at $60 nails. It's so true. Education for other nail techs, education for every nail tech, and education for clients. I'm kind of going to leave it there because it'll put me on a ramble that will last for days, but education is what we're lacking. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of information out there about lashes either, but it just seems like education is where we're just at the bottom of the barrel. I think it's improving. I do think it's improving, but I think it's got a long ways to go. So education. So again, who to tag? Jamie, I want to see your video next. I'm going to put a copy of the questions in the description box, and I hope you guys enjoyed this.